My name is Melissa, and 36 years ago, I was born with strabismus, which means that my eyes weren't pointing in the same direction. So for the first 32 years of my life, I was only using one eye, and I didn't have any depth perception. Through years of vision therapy and a strabismus surgery, my eyes are pretty much straight now, and I'm able to use them together to have some pretty amazing depth perception. This whole video series is all about helping you see the transformation that I've experienced going from a 2D to a 3D world. It is so amazing, and I'm excited to share it with you. Let's jump in. I am a huge gardener. It's one of my favorite hobbies, and it has changed actually quite a bit since I've gained 3D vision. There's been a lot of different areas in gardening that have changed. So today I'm going to talk about a couple different of those areas. One is trimming trees and pruning my trees. Another is like leveling out the dirt in the soil. And then another is just like picking fruits and vegetables off of trees or plants or whatever. So we're just going to go through each one. So first, when I'm pruning a tree, so what happens is every spring you've got these trees and there's like a million branches everywhere. And that's not healthy for the tree. You have to prune the tree and cut back different branches so there's good airflow, so sun can reach all the branches, so the fruit that does grow can get bigger. You know, there's a whole bunch of reasons. And some of the rules, you don't want branches that are like overlapping or pointing the wrong direction. And before I could see in 3D, it was, I would like do a lot of moving around the tree, trying to figure out which way branches were pointed. A lot of it is like you want branches pointed in the right directions. And I just really couldn't tell as easily. And now it's not hard. Like it's still like, I'm still not the best tree pruner. I'm not a professional, but it's so much easier to tell. Like the branches, trees in 3D are one of my absolute favorite things to look at. I mean, man, the way that they take up the space and the branches fill in every inch of space. It's so cool. It is. It's one of my favorites. But it's a practical application is when you're pruning, you can actually see where those branches are going and which ones need to be trimmed and which ones are overlapping wrong. You can just see the relationship between all the branches and each other so much more easily. I know, it sounds so simple, but it just makes a big difference. Another thing is when I'm smoothing, like in the spring, when I'm getting my boxes ready, I use above the ground boxes and garden boxes. And so, you know, you might add manure or whatever, and then you till it up and it's like really like lumpy. So it's got to be as smooth as possible. This has always been so hard for me. I grew up doing landscaping with my dad, and it would be like we were raking, getting ready to lay sod, and I just would always be like, the areas I was raking were never smooth. And I'm like, I think it's smooth, and it never was. And so I would like do this thing where I'd like crouch down and like try to look at it level. And then you could like actually see the ups and downs. And that's how I would make sure it was level, is I would get down to the surface. So if the box is right here, I would get down and go like that and like look over the edge of the box and make sure that it was all flat. So it worked. It was like kind of, but it's just kind of annoying and complicated, right? Now it's just easier. Now because I can see depth so much better, and part of this is having like more peripheral vision. I can see how things relate to each other over a certain space. But it's so much easier to see when it's flat and make things smooth and see those ups and downs and hills and valleys. You know, this applies when you're hiking or driving or, you know, I talked about it when I'm driving ATVs. There's so many different places where this applies for me, but gardening is definitely one when I'm trying to smooth out the soil. And then the last area that I see a really big difference in gardening is just when I'm harvesting fruit, whether it's tomatoes or green beans or apples from my trees. My vision is a lot more vibrant. And so if you've ever picked green beans, it's just the worst. I'll show a picture so that you can kind of see. So in green beans, the stems look exactly the same as the green beans. So finding the difference and finding all the green beans can be really challenging. And other types of food can be that same way. If they're not like a different color, it can be kind of challenging to find them. Well, with all the vision therapy that I've done, my acuity and like the colors even that I see when you're using both eyes, like the texture and color and just like the shape of things is so much better and more vibrant that it's a lot easier to tell the green bean from the stem. It's not so much of a like, I have to reach my hands in and actually feel which one feels different. I can look with my eyes and I can see the difference in the texture. I can see the difference in the shape and the roundness or whatever it is. It's just little things like that, you know, your vision, when you do the work and improve your vision, it changes everything. So that is how gardening has changed after doing vision therapy. And if you want to know more about vision therapy and how I got to where I am now, you can go to my website, strabismussolutions.com, and there are links there. You can schedule a consult with me. I can help you get started on your own journey. You can purchase my course, Mastering Peripheral. You can sign up for my emails. There's so much. So head over to the website, check it out. I have a lot to offer there, and I want to help other people get these exact same changes in their lives. So hopefully you can see what a difference it can make to teach your eyes to work together, and you join me on the journey from strabismus to stereopsis. I'll see you in the next video.